Welcome to lesson 16 of C++ programming language. In this video, we will study branching and decision statement switch case. So, what is the plan? We'll first see basic syntax, then some properties of it, and a simple working program. Here it is on the left hand side. It is the syntax switch followed by within parenthesis expression, then opening brace and corresponding this closing brace. Inside this pair of braces, case, then value 1, some statements, then break. Similarly, there is no limit how many cases you can have. Okay, and then the default. The property is this expression has to evaluate to an integer constant. It can be negative, it can be positive. It can be Boolean as well, because we know that internally a Boolean variable is represented either as 0 or 1. So it is a numerical constant which is of type integer. The pair of braces inside a case value, case option, it is not essential, but even if you use it, it does not matter. And once this expression is evaluated, it is found to be an integer, then its value would be matched against value 1. If it matches, then the program enters the first value, this one, and it will execute these statements followed by break. If we do not have break, then instead of checking or testing against value 2, it will automatically enter case value 2 block, and it will start executing these statements. So if it enters from the first or second or third, if it does not encounter break, it will keep on entering the following case blocks, and it will keep on executing the corresponding statements. If none of the case values match the value of the expression here, then only it enters the default. Okay, then only it enters the default. So this pair of braces makes the body of the switch case statement. Now let us look at the properties. As I have already mentioned, case values have to be integer constants. So here I can write characters also within single quote. As I have told you in one of the previous videos, that whatever you write within single quote is to be treated as a character constant, and a character is 1 byte integer in C++, just like in C. So it is 1 byte integer, so I can make use of a character constant by writing any character within single quotes, or escape sequences as well. Similarly, I can make use of new line character, tab character, and space or backspace. They look like you occupying 2 bytes, but they are escape characters, escape sequences. So I can make use of integer constants and a character constant as well. Okay. Now next one is order of cases in default is not important. I can write default in the beginning as well, and in any order these case options. Okay, break and default are not essential. If you require break, use it. Okay, similarly, if you require require default, then only use it, otherwise you don't use it. Inside cases, opening and closing braces are not essential. It is not at all, they are not at all essential. Then all case values must be unique. All these values, they must be unique, and there is no limit how many case blocks you can have. You can have as many as you require. And one thing to remember, that switch these things, the switch, case, break, and default, all these are keywords. What does it mean? It means you cannot make use of them for any other purpose except for the purpose they have been defined for. So now let us look at the simple program which I have written. On the left side, I would be executing it. Switch case. Now you can see here. On the right hand side is a standard header file using namespace std, so that you are not required to write std scope resolution operator every time before cin and cout. I have declared one character variable here, and here it says press any alphabet key. So this is the prompt here. Okay. Then it is waiting for me. Here it is waiting for me to type in some character. Okay. Now here is the switch case and its body is up to this point. So switch ch. So whatever character you have typed, it is expecting me to type any alphabet key. Okay. So if you type some character, this would be treated as an expression ch, and its value would be compared against lowercase letter a. Now I could have written all these case blocks one below the other, but just to save space so that it fits in one screenful display, I have written like this. So inside case option 1, first option, there is nothing to execute. Then if it matches, but since there is no break, it will enter this block, capital A block. There is also nothing to execute, no break, so it enters here, then it enters here, then it enters here, and so on, and ultimately it enters this block. I have made use of these two, and I have written here also, it is not essential, so it will execute you typed whatever character we have typed. If you had typed uppercase letter, it will start entering from this side. If you have typed E, so first it will check with A, does not match, then capital A does not match, E, capital E, lowercase I, capital I matches. So it will enter this switch, case options from capital E, and it will enter this block, no break. Then it enters automatically into this block, no break, no break, no break, and then so it means if you type any uppercase or lowercase letter A, E, I, O, U, which are vowels, this block of code would be executed. If none of those matches, then it enters the default block. And inside default, I have written if else. Now you can see here, again I am checking whether this character typed is ASCII code of that is greater than equal to lowercase a and less than equal to lowercase z. Since the precedence of a logical OR is less than logical AND, but still just to avoid confusion, I have put these two expressions inside parentheses. Or the character value is greater than equal to capital A or less than equal to capital Z. So here also vowels have been included. But remember, those vowels would not come here because this default would be entered if and only if character type is not a vowel. Okay. And now if you have typed a character which is neither a vowel nor a consonant, then only it enters the else block, and which brings error. Okay, so let me type some vowel. Suppose lowercase u. What does it say? It says you type u, it is a vowel. Now let me type some maybe capital D. It says you type D, it is a consonant. Once more, let me type some numerical value. Now it says error. So now you can see how easy it is to organize our code. So I repeat, and it has been advised for good programming practice that if you if you are required to make use of a nested if else beyond depth 2 or 3, you should use switch case. By making use of switch case, our code is organized in a better way. So in the next video, we will study branching a decision statement, ternary or conditional. So sometimes we call it an operator, ternary operator, because these are two symbols, they require three operands. And actually, it is somehow replacement for shorthand writing for if else. Okay, so this we'll study in the next video. That is all in this video. Thanks for watching.